A vivid nylon patterned print with avocado sweet and anaglypta swirls slumber Ethyl Bromide slowly down. She's counting hours and ticking clocks, so Di is dead and Cliff rocks, her blackouts to blackouts. What's on the box? A wireless, it's wireless, thermal non-slip socks. A slobber, a silence, a twitch, and we are back in the room. Hey, who's been voted out? The man in the moon. Dreaming away time, gas bill, the bubble, old flames, new shames, pedestrian trouble. Warming the pot, let the brew steep. Putting the world to right, oh, it'll keep. Released from the spell, that prescription haze. Ethyl Bromide awake. Wake up, their eyebrows to raise.
Ethyl! It's only on gas, huh?
Love, I got you some lovely custard creams from the Quality Safe. How you did, lad? You alright, my love? Alright, my love? Oh, safe, absolutely safe here, I tell you.
Oh, it was DIY SOS OAP day at the B&Q. Not usually my recyclable bag, no. Too many lonely lost gardening souls rooting for rooting powder. Purse copper and copper wire, trying to simply sow some seeds and re-establish a loose connection with Check Out Linda. As she water butts in, we don't do proper wood chip wallpaper anymore, love. It's blown vinyl, proper wood chip effect nowadays. Well, do you know, it spoke volumes to me about the global state of play. I shouted across the queue, I said, Linda, I've got proper wood chip wallpaper all through and the chips of wood are as big as tiger nuts. In fact, I might have a few leftover rolls in the attic space. All their eyes lit up in the queue. On second thoughts, I said, I'll save them for when Fantiques Roadshow visits my shire. You, Scully, wouldn't be able to stem the flow of interest in my vintage wall covering. Well, Ondessa, you should have seen the checkout faces of undiluted envy in that queue. I said, Linda, I know you're very rushed off your busy Bunyan feet with this chap's debatable non-refundable, but just look at his eyes. Personally, I see nothing but trust. All right, he was given the power shower 14 years ago. He's not got the box or receipt, but it was clearly a wedding present. I had to pull Linda to one side for a quiet word next to the Lank Laburnum and the lead losers, you know, to drag 'em in off the streets. I said, Linda, Power Shower Man is clearly maxed up on alpha blockers. BBC Three have got a lot to answer for. He fills his hearty, breaky heart days with non-existent refunds trawling the major retail outlets for some sympathetic, recently divorced shoulder to cry on. Go on, says Linda. She called for checkout cover and crossed her arms. His wife Linda, I said, she got that TV 10 years younger treatment. First of all, they dragged her down Market Street asking people to guess her age. No word of a lie, Linda. People were bringing up bile outside Aldi. Not a pretty sight. Well, shut the blooming lockdown. Yeah. Our hard-earned licence money fees spent on a third nipple removal. It's wrong on so many levels. No wonder there's not been a sniff of a new period drama this autumn. Cash-strapped. It's all been spent on splitting up long-term relationships. I blame it on these bulimic actresses. I watched a so-called period drama on Living TV. Not the same. Middle-aged Victorian Britain and your forehead doesn't move. Never right. Botoxed up to the eyeballs. They were with Tony and Guy Fawkes hairstyles. Spray on gravy brown in tans. It shatters the illusion. Ruined. Absolutely ruined it for me. Ruined it. Just as Bubblegum TV has ruined Power Shower Man's husk of a marriage. I said, Linda, I've seen his ex. I've seen it in Morrison's, his ex, yeah. Many a time buying that Häagen-Dazs ice cream and chocolate syrup in a squeezable container. Yeah. She's finding herself, apparently. Oh, says Linda, finding herself through education. Oh, finding herself in the Students' Hall of Residence at silly o'clock hours. Oh, probably. If she carries on finding herself, she'll find there'll be a lot more to her than she finds. They pumped 14 tankers of fat from her thighs the first go-round.
Oh, my lord.
Chip shops throughout the northwest were rubbing their hands together. The hanging Dasai scream isn't that forgiving. Oh, Linda told Power Shower Man he could have a part exchange for a blunt axe and some out-of-date but still extremely potential rodent killer. Laughing. She mentioned she'd been in the Crown and Anchor this coming Thursday, and just to clarify, that he did mention it was a mature semi on Rybank Road, and that he did have a twin-axle 650 Swift Conqueror parked on the drive. As he left the store, she shouted, "And the house is still in your name? Customer service checkout cover required." Oh, this is lovely Jane Asher crumble topping on Dessa. She's done well for herself, she has. I've never given my approval to this fashion for DIY. You see, I was moderately happy, stay lucky little girl until my father fitted shelves up in me single bed. Well, above the single bed. Using next door's dischargeable screwdriver and some leftover airy blue tack. My knee-eye nerves have been irrevocably damaged by people insisting on doing it for themselves. I never slept through without the help of an adult strength Horlicks from the age of 7. "Oh, Linda," I said, "before you work on getting this queue down, do you do anything for woodworm?" She said, "Try boots." I said, "No. I've got woodworm in my Teak Effect TV." I said, "I know it's Teak Effect, but this television was manufactured back in the 70s, so if Woodchip's anything to go by, there's probably more teak in me Effect TV than there is in your 21st century modern teak, which is probably Teak Effect by now anyway." Oh, I told her that Elsie reckons it's just static. She says, "Can I hear the woodworm when the TV is switched off?" Oh, I laughed. I said, "Elsie, you obviously underestimate the IQ levels of your modern day woodworms. I've seen it on Richard Ardenborough's. They're a highly resilient creature. Can chomp through steel girders if needs must. Of course, they know when I turn the TV volume down." Elsie thinks my tubes have gone. I said, "My tubes went after I had my youngest, Bartholomew. Don't you remember I was quite crying that much they put me on gin and lilt drip for 3 months? No ice and a slice, it was NHS." I said to Linda, "It's a crying shame they don't do Teak Effect TVs no more." And did she think I could perhaps rig something up with a roll of that Woodchip wallpaper out of the loft? She seemed to think that it'd do the trick and that the woodworm would never know the difference. I didn't like the idea of having a plasma TV in the house. I didn't want a lot of a plasma knocking about. Plasma? Any knocks or bumps, then the plasma could probably just start oozing out. Super noodles, and they are super. A pensioner power nap, and I could wake up ankle deep in steaming plasma. Happened a few years ago when I was multitasking with my pills, laxative and sleeping pills. Lost 4 stone and practically never moved a muscle. 2 mattresses and a threadbare double divan set later. Linda was pondering my Teak Effect infestation situation. Reckoned it was a job for Rent-A-Kill. She insisted I needed to establish whether or not my rafters had been penetrated. I said, "Shh, keep your voice down, Linda. If that green supermarket finds out I'm planning on gassing a highly evolved insect, they'll be camping out on my forecourt, banging on about animal rights to chomp on good wood. Smoking incest sticks." Then it dawned on me. Them there wood chips in my house never used to be that big. "Oh God," I said, "Linda, I think they've got into me vintage style wood chip wallpaper." Gripping onto the checkout, my eyeballs brilliant white with fear. Mid-conversation, I whizzed off to the garden department to make sure I got my mitts on a nice big gardening shovel. It's not wood chips the size of tiger nuts, it's wood chips the size of woodworms. I'll have to flatten them all out of existence. There'll be a racket, but it's a zero tolerance policy. It's all wrong. Wrong on so many levels.
Well, Ethyl, love, I've left you a lovely couple of corned beef sandwiches under a bit of cling film by the microwave. I'll be seeing you again then, my love.
See you tomorrow on Dessa.
I'll see you again.
Bye-bye, lovey.